Yo, what's going on? Sorry, I'm still just getting some stuff set up here, so it'll be 2 seconds. Hey, Sanya, what's going on? I'm gonna get some music going right away. A little bit hard to read. Are you on desktop or on mobile? But yeah, I can definitely zoom in. How's that? Might have to adjust my Binja window as well, but we'll see how it goes. How does that look, Rika? CZ. Is the Binja window okay too? Okay, let's see if I can pull up. Cool, awesome. Let's see if I can pull up some music and get this going. For some reason, my volume control is not working. But how's that for volume? Is that too loud, or is that okay? Can you hear the music? It's fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, so how's everybody doing? How's your Saturday going so far? I'm just going to eat some food as well, because last time I got crazy hungry like halfway through. So we'll just chill for a few minutes and then we'll get started. All right. I'll eat the rest later because it's quite a bit. Cool. So it's been like 2 weeks since we've done a stream. I'll probably try and keep the 2 weeks as a regular schedule every second Saturday for now. Just because I do work during the week and then work on Invoke stuff in the evening. And I just don't want to get too burnt out. But what that does mean is it might take us a little bit longer to do some of the stuff, but hopefully not. So, so for those of you who are not with us last time, I'm just going to go... here, I'll just make the music a little bit quieter. Okay. So, yeah. So for those of you who were not with us last time, we did a whole bunch of different stuff. So the first is that we are looking at doing Binary Ninja scripting, and we're using the Binary Ninja API to do a bunch of different analysis. And we're looking at a Qakbot sample that is packed. So it has multiple layers of packing, and it uses position independent code to load and execute the given sample. So in this instance, we have a first stage packer that we are automatically analyzing with Binary Ninja. We have a second stage shellcode segment that loads a plain text PE. We have a third stage that is also a shellcode segment that's loading another plain text PE. And then we have a final Qakbot PE. So last time we were looking at, let me pull up the code here. So last time we were looking at extracting so this is, let me back up again too. So this is Binary Ninja code that, hey Day, how's it going? So this is Binary Ninja code that we were using to extract the encryption key from the packer that we then use to decrypt that first stage shellcode. So how we did that was we created this enumerator class. So last time we had one of the creators of Binary Ninja on stream, and he was helping us make our code a little bit better in that I was first enumerating all functions within my Binary Ninja database. So I'll just show you what that looks like. So we were enumerating all functions within, oh, this is the wrong project file. One sec. Let me get our first stage here. And then let me go to our start function here. One sec. Let me just set up my window a little bit better than I have it right now. Okay, so these are the base DL resolution functions that we were analyzing. Okay, so I might as well rename this to, so it's easier to find next time. But basically what this function is doing, so this is the first stage packer that is decrypting and then loading that portable executable in memory. So here we have a stack string. So as you can see on the right hand side, we have a whole bunch of moves into this stack allocation. So this sub that's performed up here into RSP is making room on the stack. And then we have a whole bunch of move operations that are being performed here in order to create a stack string. And Binary Ninja has multiple levels of intermediate language representations. And on the left-hand side here, we're using what's called high-level IL, or high-level intermediate language. And this is basically like a pseudo representation of the code that was recovered from the disassembled code, essentially. It has multiple layers and it's more complex than how I'm describing it, but that's kind of the gist of it. And this is their kind of pseudocode representation that is in their own format. If we looked at something like pseudo-C, then this is a little bit more like IDA or something that you might be used to, or Ghidra, that is more of a pseudo-C representation rather than their high-level IL representation. I'm trying to get used to using their high-level IL representation just because it is more verbose and more descriptive. So I'm going to try and use that for the stream, but we'll see how it goes. So so that stack string is simplified into this intrinsic built-in string copy operation. So that's copied into this alphabet, and then that is used in this XOR operation down here to decrypt a given resource. And that resource is extracted using dynamically resolved functions that are done in these functions. So in this instance, the kernel 32 DLL is being resolved using this function. We already reversed all this, so I'm not going to do it again. And then once we get the base address of kernel 32, then that's used to resolve virtual alloc, find resource A, size resource, load resource, etc. And then that's used to load a given resource into memory. And then that resource is used to, that resource contains the encrypted shellcode that also contains the portable executable that we want to decrypt. So hopefully that makes sense. So we wrote a bunch of code to do that. We did get hung up on extracting the resource using pefile. And it turns out, so I fixed that before stream just because I didn't want to spend any more time on it. And it turns out I was just basically enumerating these resource directory entries incorrectly. So this is essentially, so let me back up here. So I'll show you what this code is doing. I won't get into what this visitor class is, or this visitor function is doing just yet, but I'll explain that in a second. But essentially, we have, let me pull it up here because it'll probably make more sense. So if we go to my snippet editor here, so this is basically a editor for the Binary Ninja scripting interface. Essentially, it's a plugin that you can download with Binary Ninja, and this was written by Jordan as well. I think the person who was on stream last week, or sorry, the week before last, who was helping us with some of our Binary Ninja scripting. And what's nice about this is you can just write script segments, and then that's used by and then we can interact with the API using these script segments. So we have this extract Qakbot one here. This is a little bit older and different than that other script I was showing you, because I basically, well, before I get into what I did, I'll just run this. And if we go to the log here, let's see. Okay, so then our code is essentially enumerating all functions. Let's see if I can. So let me show you what that looks like. So this is using the Binary Ninja API to enumerate all functions, and then it is acquiring all of the instructions in that high-level IL representation that I mentioned earlier, and then it is using that to basically fingerprint our target function, which is this unpacking function. Once we've fingerprinted that target function, then we basically walk the high-level IL. We don't really walk it instruction by instruction, but we will essentially access the key using the high-level IL, so we can extract the key from that intrinsic, and then we can use that to essentially decrypt that resource. So here, this code is, again, a little bit older because it's an earlier version than what we were writing that I'll show you in a second. But essentially what this code has done here is it's identified, it's fingerprinted this MW exec shellcode function that I was just showing you, and it's extracted that string that is used to decrypt that shellcode. So if we go back to, let's see here, our VS Code window, the next thing I did after that was I have a version of Binary Ninja that I can run headless. What's the decryption method? So it's just using a XOR. So it's really basic. So it's taking that string that I showed you and then just doing an XOR. I could show you down here. So these, I should really fold these variables in together because they're all part of the same array offset into this decrypt C buffer. But essentially it's just doing a XOR with this resource pointer, which is a pointer to the resource that was extracted using those resource functions. And then it is XORed with our copied alphabet variable, which is that one that I was showing you earlier, the stack string. Okay. And then, yeah, so I took that code and then we started rewriting this in a headless mode. And what this does is it will actually, let's see here. Okay, select interpreter. Okay, maybe I might need to fix my Python environment here. Okay, I think it should be this. One sec, sorry, I should have had this set up before the stream. I think it should be this. Anyways, it doesn't really matter because we're not going to be running it from this anyways. So does it have all the, but we do want our, okay, let's hope this just works because otherwise it's going to be annoying. Yeah, so we set up this headless environment. And basically all this is doing is it's using Binary Ninja like we just did, but it's running this all headlessly so we don't have to open the Binary Ninja UI and then run the script that way. So I see your question. I will answer you in 2 seconds. I don't know why this is taking forever. Okay, maybe I'll reconnect this. But yeah, here it's essentially doing what I just described. So I fixed the resource extraction. So it is basically enumerating the resource, and then it is looking for the resource ID that we are also extracting from that function. So here we have, so let me show you what that looks like too. So this visitor class is basically doing that same fingerprinting, but one, we're getting the key, and then we're also getting the resource identifier. So if we look at the code in Binary Ninja, then this is just provided up top by this LP name parameter here that is eventually passed to this find resource A function. Does that all make sense? Okay, so cool. So the question is, how different is it scripting with pure Python without using the Binary Ninja API and scripting with Python plus Binja API? I asked this because I have a lot of scripts in Python, which are straters. I'm not sure what that is, but string decryption for specific malware, etc. As I will buy a license for Binja, I wanted to know how portable these scripts will be, or if I will practically have to rewrite them completely. So the biggest advantages to Binary Ninja is having access to these intermediate language interfaces. So like say we had to extract these stack bytes using pure Python, it would be a lot more difficult then just being able to use this built-in string copy intrinsic that the high-level IL language provides us, if that makes sense. So the most powerful thing is these higher level languages, intermediate languages that we can then access using the Binary Ninja API, and then take advantage of those to make our lives easier, essentially. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So let's see if our VS Code instance is still being weird. So if I do like, okay, looks like it's working. Got it, thanks. Okay, yeah, cool. So, and then like, I kind of showed all this on last stream, so I don't want to go over all of it again. Extractors was written wrong. Oh, config extractors. Yeah, cool. So yeah, so what's cool about Binja is you can basically just speed up the time that you're spending on writing config extractors, because you can access all these attributes a lot easier than using pure Python. And then it has a lot of like really nice convenience functions. Like say we wanted to like access this line directly, we can do like current IL instruction. And then like, so this is in the Python console, right? And then we could just access like all of this stuff really quickly through the Python console. And then say we wanted to access the tokens associated with that instruction, we can do tokens. And then if we want to access that string, I don't know what index this is. 3. Copied alphabet. 2, 3, 4, 6 probably. I bet it. Okay, there we go. Hey Leon, how's it going? Interesting. In fact, it seems to be yeah. So it's really good. It's a really good time saver. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this looks like. So, so yeah, I fixed the resource extraction. We have the resource data, and then I also implemented this XOR function. So basically this just takes the key, XORs it with the resource data, and then returns this R, which is this byte array. So, or bytes object in Python. So let's see. So I think get key is calling this. I can't remember. I wrote this like really late last weekend. So get resource. Oh, right. So we have our visitor. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember what I was doing last time. Okay. So if we look at, so I'm just going to SSH into, so yeah, so this is also a separate machine that I have running in my little setup downstairs. Ooh, let me fix this mic. I just punched it. And that's what this VS Code instance is connected to over SSH. And then I also have this up here. So let's see here. Yeah, cool. So we can run this headlessly. And then we should get the XOR output, I believe. Let me just try and fix my VS Code here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's, let me just fix up this code here. I was going to refactor it anyways, because we're actually doing quite a few things, not incorrectly, but we can do them in way fewer steps. So let me bring this code back here. So let's extract that resource. So I'm going to re-enable this. And we actually want Right. Okay. Hold on. Sorry. We don't actually need this. Cool. So, okay. So we had this. So this is basically that fingerprinting function that I was talking about earlier, that's using a number of instructions in order to identify that decryption function. So we actually don't really need this. So, and the reason why is that this visitor class, so we went over all of this last stream, but basically we can use this visitor class and then this visit, where's visit? This visitor technique. And essentially what this will do is it will actually recursively enumerate each instruction within the Binary Ninja database. And then it will, and then we can use the instruction. So in this case, we can identify all of the common IL local calls. So this will basically look for all calls within the Binary Ninja database. And then we can compare that call to built-in string copy. And then we can make sure that the param size, so this is the size of the resource, is greater than 25, I believe. Or no, this is the key, sorry. This is the key size, is greater than 25. Let me actually make that a comment. Check for key size in string copy. So this is kind of a lame heuristic, but we could probably come up with a better one. And then it extracts the token text, which is kind of what I was showing you in the UI there. And then that's the key. And then we perform our XOR operation here. And then we can stop the recursion by returning false. So once we found that instruction, then we can return false. So we can actually get rid of the checkops code altogether here, which is being called in the get key from func, which is then called from get key. So let's actually get rid of this code because we don't actually need it. And then we actually have this backed up on Git, so I can just remove this altogether because we don't need it. Check ops. And then we're going to use this. And what's really cool is that we can get rid of all of this code and then just use for inst in bv, or wait, we want for inst in, we might get, yeah, I don't even think we need this separate function, so let's just get rid of it. And then we can do bv dot HLIL. What was it? I can't remember. Hold on. Get HLIL. Okay, yeah, so we can do bv.get HL. So if I do like a list, and this is all like stuff Jordan was mentioning to me last stream when I was looking at the recording, I was like, wow, I could have done this way faster. So basically what this is doing is it's getting a list of all of the high-level IL instructions in the entire database. And then I'm just getting the first one, so it's this malloc instruction. So we can actually use that same technique to recursively enumerate those functions that I was talking about earlier. So if we do, I need to fix my VS Code stuff here. And I need to fix my mic because it was like in front of my face. Yeah, the autocompletes aren't working, so I need to fix that, but that's okay. Because we should be able to do get HLIL instructions. And that will give us a generator. So if we do this in our headless stuff. Okay. Then we have, so basically all this is doing is it's getting each instruction, each high-level IL instruction in the entire Binary Ninja database, and then it's using this visitor function to again recursively enumerate these. And then the visitor function is essentially a callback with the instruction provided as a parameter. It'll look to see if that's a call again, and then it'll look to see if there's more than one parameter, and then check to see if the instruction itself is a string copy, and then it'll get all the info for us. So if we do, so say we get to this point, we could say found, I don't know, found unpacking function. And then we'll just do format. And by function, I mean instruction. Okay. So then if I run this again, oh yeah, and then let's do some prints just to make sure we're getting all the info. So we'll do identify key, identify resource ID. And then we'll do the key and then the resource ID. Resource would help if I could spell. Resource ID. Okay. Let's do this before the XOR. Okay. The idea of testing instructions directly with the Binary Ninja, yeah, exactly. So you're not really like taking shots in the dark, loading the entire database, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty nice. Oh, sorry, Leon, I just saw your message. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. I'm doing well. Do you know already if the encrypted resource is another X? Yeah, so that's what we analyzed. We analyzed that manually last stream. So I do know that already. So that was these things I was showing you. And then I was looking at these functions that we're going to look at later to keep reversing the Qakbot sample. But I wanted to finish our unpacker first. Okay, so let's, okay, so that should be all good. So let's run the same sample that we were looking at in, so it's doing a bunch of recursion now, so let me exit. So let's do kill all Python, or, oh well, there's all of our assembly line stuff. Okay, let's do, I'll show you assembly line later too. We were messing around with the last stream too. Kill all, or kill -9. Okay. Okay, and then, so let's do, and then we'll do our same sample. So we want DLL 780, I believe. Yeah. And it should be in there with the BNDB. Yeah. And these warnings are just Binary Ninja analyzing it. There's a lot of types in this particular Qakbot packer, and there's not in some of the other samples we found. Okay, cool. So our code worked, and we found the unpacking. I shouldn't call this unpacking instruction because it's just the string copy, but we'll change that. And then we have the identified key, and then we have the identified resource ID. So then, yeah, no worries. Thanks for joining, Sonia. I appreciate it. Okay, so then we're passing the key and the resource data that we're extracting using the resource ID into this XOR, like I mentioned earlier. So if we, should we just write that to disk for now? So I can show you what that looks like. Yeah, let's do it. So open, it would help if I could type. Let's just call it out.bin for now. write bytes are. And let's change this. Found target string copy. So, okay. So there's one other thing that I thought was super cool about Binary Ninja. So if we can identify a target function that we want using this recursion, then we can actually work backwards within this particular function. So from the instruction that we identified, we can actually get the function again, and then we can actually get all of the instructions for that particular function. So this is really nice because everything is almost self-contained in that instruction that we're recursively enumerating, and then we can use that to work back up to the function level, get all the instructions for that function, and then get more information from that function that we need. So that's why we could get rid of all of that fingerprinting code that I had earlier, because I can just walk back up the instruction, if that makes sense. So let's write this out to file, and then we can just manually take a look at it. So that's the only annoying thing about this particular sample is it has all the type information. I can turn this off, so I should probably do that, but yeah. It's not like horribly slow, so. Okay, so this out.bin is basically this first stage here, or this stage. So the shellcode with the plaintext PE. So if I scroll down here, we already missed it. We can see that there's an MZ header here. And so this is the first portable executable. So all of this stuff up here, this is actually executable code, and it's shellcode. And then that's just loading this MZ. So we kind of already looked at this last stream, so I won't go over it again, but just so you understand what's going on. And then we actually have another MZ that's also in plain text. So what do you all think that we should do to finish this unpacker? Do you think we should do it the lazy way, which is basically just carving from the second MZ header, or do you think we should parse the PEs properly and then extract each PE from the correct section? The first way will be like way faster, but parse the PE. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, just because it's like correct. Because say they change the shellcode or whatever, then it will no longer be like technically correct. So the way we can do that, there's a couple ways. So I wanted to look at the Binary Refinery code that does this because there is a module for it. So for those of you who are not familiar with Binary Refinery, I'll link it because it's a super cool project. Sorry, I'm just pulling it up on this other screen. So this is written by a friend of mine. If you're on the OA Labs Discord, it's Rattle. And you might have heard of this if you're on the OA Labs Discord as well. But basically, this is like CyberChef, but from the command line. And they mentioned that in this README. And what's super awesome about Binary Refinery is it has like a huge amount of different modules for different obfuscation and storage techniques and file formats and encryption and like basically everything that you will encounter when you're performing malware analysis and you need to deobfuscate or unpack something. For the most part, like aside from emulation, there might even be emulation in this now. I haven't looked at every single module, but he calls them units. So I'll kind of be using module and units interchangeably just because I'm used to calling things modules. But you can do stuff like this. So you can like emit a base64 string. Then you can use the B64 unit. Then you can, I don't know what ZL is. It's probably, zlib decompression. And then displays that in hex. you can also encode stuff using Binary Refinery, and you can carve them out, etc. There's a really cool carved unit that has like a whole bunch of different stuff. So it'll like look for base64 and anyways, really cool project. I'll put in the chat. Sorry, this mic is too high. But I was thinking of looking at the Binary Refinery unit that does this. So if I go to the docs, let's see if I can find the docs here. Where are you? Maybe if I just Google it. I'm also probably blind and it's like really obvious. There's the README. Okay, so it's here. And I think it's like PE something. Carve PE? I don't know if that's it. So as you can see, there's a lot of these. And you can pretty much do like any form of compression, any form of decryption. There's like these cool P meta. Is P or C? No, that's resource. P strip overlay. Okay, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's like carve PE one. Okay, so let's, I think I have refinery already in one of my namespaces. So let me see if I can find it. This song's really good, actually. Fortet. Yeah, it must be that virtual environment that I had set up before. Cool. So so what I've done here is in this virtual environment, I have the refinery package installed already. So what we can do is actually test out this unit before we use it to make sure that we have the right stuff. So if we do like, if we go back to our binge scripting directory, again, would help if I could type. We can do emit. So this will basically emit the shellcode that we just decrypted. And then let's do carve P. I don't know if this needs anything else. Wildcard pattern for path of the item to be extracted. Return a matching. Okay, I'm just going to try the emit and passing it. And then peak. Okay, so it carved a PE. I don't know. I bet that's the first one, but let's we'll be able to tell because there will be a second MZ header in the section. So if I do let's write this to file. I think I can just redirect it. Carved. Okay, so that looks nice. And then, oh, that's weird. Hold on. This is gonna look really weird, but I'm gonna vim this. This is my ghetto. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it didn't carve the second one. But so the sick thing about Binary Ninja, or sorry, not Binary Ninja, the sick thing about Binary Refinery is we can just do like the same operation again. So if I do carve PE, so I wonder if this will be the last one. Because basically the Qakbot PE is stored like what I showed you earlier. So at this point we're, so there's actually a PE with a plain text PE. It's not actually shellcode. I'll fix that in the notes later. But so basically if we do the carve twice, I'm really curious if we'll actually get the final one. Or if it's just going to give us the same one again. Third yellow. Okay, that does look different. There's a rich header, so. Cool. Yeah, I think this is the last one. Okay, so I'm just going to make. I'm just going to move all this into refinery outputs, just so we don't have a bunch of files lying around. Okay, so does what I just did make sense? I know I just did like a bunch of things quickly. And Binary Refinery is kind of in and of itself its own like realm of complexity. Okay, I will take your silence as a yes. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to see if I can fix my VS Code because the interpreter is not loading for some reason. I might just like reopen it entirely. Or at least this window. So these are our notes from last stream. So maybe what I'll do is start a new line here. Stream January. We're in February. Can't believe it's February 3rd, 2024. And then, oh, let me make this bigger because it's probably super tiny. And then we're gonna get the so cleaned up code to only include recursive technique that Jordan showed us last stream. Fixed resource extraction code, which I did before the stream, but we had spent enough time on it last stream. I didn't want to keep doing that. And wrote XOR code for decrypting resource. Confirmed binary refinery. Extract, what was it called? Carve PE, not extract. Carve PE works for carving final, carving second and last. Let's call it a third stage deal. And then I'll just put a little example of that, of how we did that. Curve. Okay. So put that in our notes. All right. How's everyone doing? Are you bored? Is this okay? And I think it was like, I'm actually able to like display the markdown, but I can't remember how. Whatever, doesn't matter. All right. So let's continue on. So the only hard part is I'm gonna have to figure out how to use Refinery like a library, and I don't know if it's actually meant to do that. But the other thing we can do is probably just, it's probably using PE files. So if I open up the Refinery code, so let's see if I can fix, let's see if I can do what I was saying earlier, which was fixing my Python environment on that remote box. So I'm just going to do that in the other window real quick. So just hold tight. And if you have any questions in the meantime, just let me know. Okay, okay. I think what I was seeing before was Copilot. I was trying to mess around with Copilot and I couldn't get it to work. Maybe I'll disable that extension. Very cool. Looks like it's working now. So let's see if we can look at the refinery code on this box. Oh, heck yes. What's up? Who took my name? Who took your name? Okay. Right. So let's open that in a separate window. I have like this giant Spotify playlist that I've been working on for like 2 years of like chill reversing music. I can share it if you're interested. Okay. Just let me know if the music's too loud. All right. Let me get that window open. What did I say refinery was? Site packages. Okay. Sorry, that took forever. So let's look at units. It says on the docs where it's actually implemented. Refinery, units, pattern, carve PE. Units, pattern, carve PE. Okay. Wow, that's way too big. Okay, so let's see what this code looks like. Unpack. So it finds the offset of the MZ header. It looks for PE. It gets the PE size. Okay, so it's just getting the size of raw data for each section, which is basically what I was expecting it to do. It even checks for certificates and stuff. That's really cool. Okay. So, and then it gets the largest one, it looks like, using max, is my guess as to how this code works. So let's, I'm just going to fix the music. So the first thing I want to see is if we can just pass like a PE to this, because that would be really easy if we use it as a library, if we can use it as a library. So init is all the command line arguments, paths. So there's this R switch that we don't even have to use. So for extracting a PE. Okay. Sorry, I have like ADD with this music. So what I'm going to do is see if we can just, so we're already in this virtual environment, so I can just do Python 3. Let me get back to our, I could really help if I could type. Okay, refinery outputs. So if we do import this, and then we should be able to call some of this stuff, but I don't know if it needs like a unit class or something. So if we do unpack and then just give it data, will it do it? P memory view. PE parser. Unpack result. So it's going to give us an unpack result. And then we can just call get data on it. Cool. So if I do something like and then RB, or let's do this F. Okay, so this is our plain text shellcode that we extracted using Binary Ninja, right? And then if I do unpack, maybe I have to do or maybe I'll do from, because this is a class. Can we instantiate the class independently? Yeah, carve PE, okay. So if I do an init, super, all right, so I should just be able to do like, no, I think I should just be able to do that now, import. Okay, I guess not. Let me just give it data, right? I have to instantiate a carve PE object. Oh, it's a module. We might just be able to take this out. But let's see if we can do it this way first. So it's taking self, so I need to pass it path extractor unit. So I don't know if I can do this the way I want it to, because it's not really meant to be a library, so that's probably why like I can't really instantiate the object. So if we do something like, okay, I think I'm just going to steal p meta parser carve p. I might just steal the PE parsing code, and then we can just use pefile instead of using Refinery directly. So let's do that. So let's just copy this over to our project file. And then I'll just fix things up as I need to. Save our notes. Sorry, too many VS Code windows open. Here we go. This is the one we want. Def carve PE data, and then so the memory view. Okay, there might be some annoying stuff in here. And what is the memory view? Okay, so we should just be able to use this too. So swap out these. I need to implement proper logging for this, but for now we'll just do terrible print logging. And then the memory view. Okay, file info. How's everyone doing? Bored? Is this okay? So I don't think we need any of this file info stuff. Maybe we'll keep it for later, just in case we want to extract file info. But there's just an yeah, actually, let's just get rid of it because this is just an unpacker. So I don't think we need info now. Keep root. Man, this is so cool. Shout out to Rattle. Rattle's the best. Just saves me all of this time. I don't think we need any of this. Size of headers cursor. So it's just going to the next one, I think. Okay, I'm going to keep this for now just because we might need it later. And then return PE data. And then we need to make sure we break out of this while true. Okay, let's just do it with a single. Oh, I see. P format. Okay, let's fix this up because we don't even need the while true. And then let's say we need to give rattle credit. Okay. And let's just see if this works. So this will just carve one PE. So we might need to carve PE. We might need to call carve PE twice. And then okay, let's just do the first. We'll do okay, so we're just going to print out the first 256 bytes of the carve DLL if this works. Okay. Nice. It worked. All right, let's keep going. And then we'll just make sure that the final PE is actually the PE. Qakbot DLL. Hey Harvest, how's it going? We're almost done our unpacker that I was struggling with on stream last time. Okay, so that worked. So then let's write this to disk, and then I'm gonna SCP it over to my box to make sure it's actually the final DLL. We want to do, sorry, I made a mistake. We want to do that. Okay, let's try that again just to make sure. Memory view has an attribute find. Okay, maybe I'll see. Let's write that second DLL to disk and see which one it is. Let's just do make it a little bit bigger for you. Yeah. Yeah, I started using the visitor pattern last stream when Jordan told me about it. Because it's like way less code than what I was doing. And the fact that you can work backwards from an instruction is like super cool. So I'm using it to identify a string copy, and then I get the rest of the instructions I need to get the resource identifier. Hold on, I'm gonna actually, oh cool, okay, never mind. Okay, and then let's do my stupid Vim trick. That works. Using Vim as a hex editor. Okay, so this has the second PE in it still. So why is the memory view not able to find it? Just trying to think. I'm just gonna try this again just to like sanity check. And there's nothing that I'm doing that would be persisting across like globally for the memory view, right? No, it's all local. Maybe get rid of the memory view entirely, but I suspect it's because it can't find that second MZ, but it should be able to. Whatever, let's do it. I didn't mean to click on that get key thing. Harvest, have you used the visitor stuff for your exploit stuff? Your vuln development? Weird, still can't find it. An abstract interpretation. That's cool. What's is it like a book that I could read? Or are you writing a book? Oh, cool. Yeah, I took that training a while ago. I don't remember this book though. This is for their essay representation stuff, right? Their essay propagation or whatever. Assignment propagation. Or is it SSA? Single state assignment? I can't remember. It's not really made for the practitioner. Yeah, like I'm definitely more on the practitioner side, but I'd like to know some theory behind the techniques that I'm using. Okay, let me get rid of this bar there. So why? Okay, so what I might do is just see what data is being passed to the second call here. Because we wrote it to disk and it's definitely the DLL. And that second DLL contains Qakbot. So is it because from the cursor starting at data.find? Like it almost seems like to me that the second set of data that we're providing is invalid. So let's move the file right back up here. Memory. P data is the memory view. Sorry, 2 seconds, guys. I'm just trying to debug this. I think it has to do with the memory view. Okay, so it is a memory view. So if I go to, how do I just get the bytes from it? 2 bytes. Is that it? And bytes. We have to provide a literal. I don't know what these are. Maybe let's look at the docs. Oh, this is a part of the standard library. Well, I'm an idiot. C-level buffer interface. Okay, I think we can just call 2 bytes on this object and it'll work. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what this memory view is used for. Oh, I can just cast it to bytes. Hey Cindy, what's going on? So I did what I was talking to you about yesterday, which was just using Refinery to carve out those P's. And we're pretty much done. So we'll move on to real reversing after this, once our unpacker is done. So I don't need this anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Yeah, I stole it all from Rattle. I gave him credit here. I don't know if I have to adhere to his licensing requirements. I'll ask him. It's all gonna be open source anyways, so. Like I'm gonna upload this to our GitHub right after this. Okay, this should work now, hopefully. How's your Saturday going, Cindy? Nice. I also went outside this morning. I went for a walk before the stream. Ooh, nice. I love Costco. It's like my jam. Okay, I think everything worked. All my food is from Costco. Everything in this bowl that I made for lunch is from Costco. Okay, and then we'll just do an output file. Oh yeah, Saturday Costco is a no-go. I usually try and wake up early and then work until like late afternoon and then try and go before everybody gets off work. So I work from home, by the way, if that's not obvious. Yeah, I do miss a sense of community. We do like hangouts and stuff at work, but it's definitely not the same as IRL. But I also work with a lot of cool people that I probably wouldn't work with if we weren't remote, because they like live in countries that are different than mine and stuff. Okay, so let's SCP this Qakbot DLL. I didn't carve out the second one. Okay, I might just write logic to, oh no, I think it did. Oh no, it didn't, never mind. I might write logic to just jump to the second MZ header right away, instead of calling this twice. Does Binary Ninja come with the debugger in the free version? So Sonia, I know they just released, or they are releasing 4.0. And I know they're doing like a real free version now that's not like time limited and stuff. But I can't remember what they said they were going to do. I don't think it's like, let me see. try. Demo. Yeah, I think this is the old version. Or like the no plugins, no saving. Yeah, like this is the old one. So I don't think they've announced the new one yet, but I suspect it won't. I think they already made. Oh, okay. So is this the one they were talking about on stream, Cindy? Do you know? Sonia, I don't know if you're a student, but their student license is like really cheap. I think it's like $75 or something. And for the record, like the normal license isn't too bad. Yeah, $74 with student discount. So if you are a student, that's really awesome. But I haven't personally used the debugger, so I can't really vouch for it. But okay, let's finish this so we can move on. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. Yeah, the time limit thing was really annoying when I was trying it out before. Oh, nice. That's cool. Harvest. Yeah, they are super nice. Jordan's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to leave this file right stuff because I'm going to use it in just a sec again. And then we'll get rid of this. Maybe if I just set the cursor to... Oh, that's what the while loop is for. I should have kept the while loop. We can re-implement it though, all true. Maybe we don't need to do that. I don't really like the while loop. But I guess it won't. Oh, that's why there was all these continues. Okay, that makes so much more sense now. Here, let me look at the binge code. Or not the binge code, the binary refinery code. So while true. It's okay, I'm just gonna fix this. Sorry. But that makes way more sense now. And it seems a lot cleaner than what I was gonna do. So the okay, that's okay. Then we'll do continue. Then we'll do continue again. Okay. All right, let's give that a try. And then we'll do our two carves again. And I'll explain what I just did in a second. While this is running. So, okay, so what's happening is that the code here is, let me scroll back up. So basically uses like this concept of a cursor. And the cursor is at which point the current offset is within the carved executable. Okay, looks like that worked. Sorry, I'm excited. I want to see if it worked. But we use this while loop to get the offset of the next MZ. And then there's these heuristics to make sure that there's the NT offset to the PE header in which we validate whether or not it's a valid PE header. And then we try and parse it with pefile. And if none of that works, then we exit the while loop. Let me just see if this is, yeah, cool. No, I don't. I think we have to modify the code. That's okay though. So what's happening is it's getting stuck on the first PE and I want the second one. So maybe we can carve both of them though. While offset. I just don't want to get stuck in an infinite loop, but we'll see what happens. Offset is less than cursor break. All right, I think we'll be okay. Carve.append bytes p data. And I'm just going to print return. And then we're going to do okay. was kind of a dumb idea because it printed out all the bytes. And now I can't tell if there's two PEs in here. That's funny. Okay, hold on. Let's not do that. Yeah, exactly. Okay. We'll print out the number of carved PEs. Oh, hey, Sergey. Sorry, I didn't even read your handle. How's it going? I forgot to order a stand for my camera. Sergey told me last. Oh, nice. Number of carved PEs too. Sergey told me last time I need to fix my camera angle. So I think he was saying I look ugly from this angle. I'm just joking. He didn't say that. We're all looking up your nose. I don't want to adjust it now because maybe I'll take a break and then put like a book under it. Okay, so Sergey, I'll tell you what I'm doing in just a sec once I finish this. Chin max. Okay, so the resource extraction code, I actually fixed that using what you gave me. So thank you very much for doing that. I just ended up using pefile still because I didn't want to learn how to use Leaf to extract the resources. But I was just finishing up our static unpacker for this Qakbot sample. I just want to make sure this actually worked. Cool, I think it did. So once we extracted the resource, I also cleaned up a bunch of this like recursive stuff that it'll be in the recording. But basically I just got rid of a bunch of stuff. So literally all I'm doing now for our code enumeration is this for inst in HLIL instructions. And then I'm using this visitor function with the visitor function callback to enumerate all the instructions until we find the string copy, which is the key for this. This is in the first stage. Then we extract the key. We verify that the parameter size is greater than 25. This heuristic kind of sucks. And then we extract the key, the resource ID. We extract the resource using that code you gave me. I get the path to the file. This is kind of ghetto. I don't know if I can make this better, but basically I work back from the instruction. So instruction, function, view, file name to extract the resource using pefile. And then I just stole this carve PE function from Binary Refinery. Yeah, it's an intrinsic from a string, from a stack string. I could show you. Yeah, so this stack string is converted into this built-in string copy intrinsic. So then, so then I stole this code from Binary Refinery, from this carve PE unit, and first we verify that it actually worked with the. Yeah, binge is awesome. First, I verified that it would actually carve out those PEs using the units. And then basically I just did that to extract the final Qakbot DLL. And I'm pretty sure it worked. So I'm just going to copy this to my local machine so I can open it with Binja to verify. We could probably just put it in the stream notes directory. So I'm going to do scp slash qakbot.dll. Okay. And then I'm going to open this in Binja. I think this is from Game of Thrones, I think. Sorry, it was like my playlist. I'll change it. Yeah, it was Game of Thrones. I think this track is nice. Okay, so I was gonna move this over just so I don't dox anything. Yeah, and then this is the final Qakbot DLL. So we have a fully working static Qakbot DLL unpacker that we used Binary Ninja, pefile, and Binary Refinery for. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, I'll upload this code after the stream. But the next thing I wanted to do is verify that this works against all the samples I have for this particular packer. So I think I have a few other samples here. There is an exe one too that was interesting. MSI. Oh no, you don't want the MSI. I thought there was a. I think the executable one is on my local disk, so I'll upload it to my development box. And once this works, I'm probably going to go run to the washroom. And if this doesn't work, then we might have to analyze why. Okay, so it looks like we ran off. Interesting. There's 2 string copies that meet our... yeah. Okay, so let's... I'm just going to run to the washroom. And then I'll debug this when I get back. But it looks like... this might not be working generically enough, but be right back. All right. What's the VR coal mine? Are you working on a VR? Oh yeah. No, whenever I see VR, I think of virtual reality, but I know everybody calls it that for Vuln research too, so. Okay. So what we can do is dump the results for this. Do you want me to delete that? What's it? Yeah. Okay, so it's valid shellcode. So what's the deal, bruh? It's okay, this isn't true, sorry. Oh, nice. Cindy has your back. Oh, I see. Right, because we're recursively enumerating all the instructions, so it also found a string copy here that met our requirements. But this is the actual one that we want, so keep going. I don't really know if we can even prevent that, but we're where we want to be. So like it kind of looked like to me we weren't finding the MZ in the shellcode. I think this is already byte array, but whatever. I just want this to work on every sample. Okay, so it's finding Is it just because it's dying on? I'm just gonna do if carved. It's greater than 2, or is greater than 1? Greater than or equal to is fine. It's more descriptive. Because it looks like to me the while loop is going too far and then it's breaking stuff. And maybe I'll just make it like forcefully exit the Python process once it finds it. Because the recursion is breaking stuff. Like why isn't the while loop breaking after this? Or is it because of the recursion, I guess? Okay, I think things just might be working and I just think they're not. Instead of flagging the callback. I don't know how. Because in the docs it just says to return false as an end flag. I know, but just make it a global. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Abuse Python. Come to the dark side. Yeah, and then we want it to check in the visitor class. What did I call it? Found PE. Right? I just hate globals. But I think it's okay in this instance. Found PE reference before assignment. Can it not see it? Why would it not be able to see it? This is why you need to make it global. It is global. Mark it as global in the function. Oh. Do you have to explicitly tell it? Oh, global. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I never used globals. I don't know how to use them. Global. Happy. Everyone type faster. Yeah. It's because everybody's trying to save me from my noobness. All right, look at that clean exit. Yeah, it's not really meant to be prod code. I think, like, it seems like... yeah. We should get Sean on here. We can get... I'll go get a IPA or something. Will that summon Sean? If we have a IPA on stream. Okay, so this is the... And I'm just going to make sure this is... Like, this might literally be the same DLL. Probably not, but... No, it's different sizes. Cool. And then... Qakbot. So I know I have a PE... I might have to download it from Unpacking. But I think it's also here. Yeah, the global worked. Okay, I do have the executable. That's all good. Okay, so SCP. Is this too classic? I have a lot of classical music in this playlist. All right. B used to the new file name format. One sec. A. We need some like sponsor video or something, but this was downloaded from Unpack Me. You got me. Okay, so this is the standalone executable. So I actually have no idea if this is gonna work. Oh, you guys take away the, what? Yay. Why is this working? Yeah, so this is a standalone executable, not a DLL. So I have no idea if this is gonna work, so I'm very curious if this does work. We will see. I don't even think it found the function. So let's open that up. I need to oh, it's because it's tiny. So let's make, see, like that's why I was saying that heuristic is like silly. I guess we don't really need it, but the length check. How big is this? So let's make it 20. But I feel like I should just get rid of it altogether because it's kind of silly. Anyways. I might go make another coffee after this. Yeah, I may just get rid of it. Maybe we should write like unit tests for this unpacker. Okay, maybe this one's different. Because it found one PE, it looks like. Maybe we should just dump all PEs to disk. Yeah, let's just dump all of them to disk, I guess. But now I don't know how to, I can make this condition different. Because if we do, okay, so oh my god, greater than 0, then let's just do equal to 1, whatever. Let's see if it dies in the while loop. Nice. Maybe this is a different packer. Yeah, there's definitely not another plaintext PE in there. So let's take a look at this DLL. It is pretty sick though that we can extract that first layer automatically though. It's like, no, this looks like another packing stub. bit more complex than just plain text. Why are there all these knobs? Why have you done this to me? Yeah, are you seeing this? They just have like a bunch of knob instructions. And then I think they're doing... Oh my god, how big is this DLL? No, it's not that big. Like, I know what will fix our detections. We'll just put in a bunch of knobs. Oh, it's doing direct syscalls. Sick. That's sick. Is Harvest still here? I'm sure he knows stuff about direct syscalls. Or I shouldn't assume Harvest's gender. I apologize. He went to the mines. Yeah. The VR mines. Not the virtual reality mines. I think it's still loading a PE though. Because this is walking the PEB, I think. And the optional header. So where is it though? Here? Let's hope it's like easily obfuscated. Yeah, binge is tight. I'm definitely like really enjoying using it. It doesn't get in my way. This might be their okay, I might run this through Kappa. Just because I'm lazy. Oh, actually, do you know what I will do is run this through assembly line for funsies. I just need my password. I should really just use this, like, the DL is already on my other box, but I just need to submit the, hold on. I just need to submit this using the web UI, but I need to set up the headless API so I could just like run a submit command. Where's this directory? Okay, so I'm uploading that DLL that I just had opened. Yeah, exactly. I have one for like I was messing around with like a malware ingestion pipeline from like Malware Bazaar and stuff. But I just need to make a one-liner. Okay, so let's see what it hit. Okay, not really anything for Yara. Just one, not a whole lot. Sonia, this is called assembly line. So I actually did a whole talk on this in our course that I uploaded to YouTube for free. So let me link that. But basically this is a free and open source malware analysis triage pipeline called assembly line. It's really nice. Here's the YouTube video. And then I'll link assembly line as well. There you go. Hopefully that's helpful. But basically it has like a whole bunch of built-in services and stuff that you can use. I'm also going to submit this to Unpacking in just a sec here. So yeah, not a whole lot. But it did hit a system discovery thing. And just for fun, because I already have Kappa on here, I want to see what that is. Oh, its PDB path is interesting. It's just administrator desktop syscall x64.pdb. Yeah. Let's Sorry, Kappa. So this should be the latest version of Kappa. So they just released like 7 or something. I don't know if my assembly line instance says the latest, so. Contains obfuscated stack strings. Write file on Windows, terminate process. Okay. Why wasn't all that stuff in my assembly line instance? It's probably an older version of Kappa. Let's see, maybe it's... So, okay, so just to give you some background, there's like all these services that you can run against a piece of malware, including Kappa. Oh, yeah, and mine is out of date, so I'm going to update that now. And we'll run it again to see if it helps. But in the meantime, we can do this locally, and then we'll do JSON as well. Is it just J? Yeah, assembly line's awesome. Yeah, this is just J. Oh, I ran it against the wrong file. That makes sense. Okay, well, not that instance. Let's do this again. Yeah. Thanks, Government of Canada. You're awesome. Okay. Ooh, cool. It identified the syscall stuff, the PDB stuff, and it gets the number of processes. And it identified the PE export parsing that I just mentioned earlier that I found. So hopefully when I update Kappa on the assembly line, it's still updating. It'll show me that. But yeah, not a ton to go off of, which is fine. This seems very simplistic. So I do want to figure out what syscall that is. Oh, it looks like this isn't disassembling. Can I force it to disassemble this? My my binge of noobness is gonna kick in pretty quick here. Try pressing P. There we go. So it just straight up calls exit process. Okay. Is this just shellcode? Let's check. This might just be shellcode. So if I just press P here, it should just work, right? Oh my god, this is so big. Why did I scroll so far? Yeah, it is shellcode. Nice. Dude, that's a big binge win. Just being able to press P on that. Okay, let's see. So it's calling, then it adds, then it does a call. Okay, I might dump this because it's gonna look weird. So I suspect this just does a syscall to execute that. Oh, unless there's multiple pieces of shellcode. What did I just do P on this one? This is annoying. I don't really want to analyze all of these independently. So maybe I should just keep them in this DB. Yeah, these aren't valid opcodes, so. And that return doesn't look valid either. SBB EAX. Jump lower than equals to. Weird. Yeah, maybe I'll just dump this whole thing. Or is this a part of the shellcode? I think it may be. So I'm going to assume all of this shellcode is stored in this data section. So I think I might just dump the data section. Because we only have an extern. Like, it looks like this is pretty vanilla. I don't know if it's Visual Studio, but. All right, later, Cindy. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad we finally got the unpacker done. Well, for the first 2 binaries. Later. So I'm going to use bv.read. Start from that address. Again, this is really good. This is why the binge API is nice to use. All right, now we have that. let's say exe Qakbot. Okay, so we've just written that all the data section to a file, this file. Okay, and then I'm just going to open that in Binja. And again, it's like last stream, it predicted the architecture. I don't know how they do that, but it's sweet. And then I'm just going to set the entry point to 0, but that's probably not going to work, but we'll see. But yeah, it identified all the functions. These are invalid. I think it's funny that that worked, but wow, this is really annoying. Okay, I might just remove those null bytes because we don't need them. What's the fastest way to do that? How should we carve out that shellcode? Maybe I'll just do what I just did again. So we can see, yeah, that's the best way for sure. So we can see that actual data starts at 1800005 FC0. So I'll just copy this address. We'll open that again, and then hold on, I just want that right. So all I'm doing is just reading the entire section, but from this beginning offset, so we don't have all those null bytes at the beginning. Okay, and then I'm just gonna copy that over again. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing again. Okay. So we get this guy. So I'm gonna run kappa on this shellcode by itself. Even though this shouldn't matter, but I'm just curious how it works with shellcode because I actually don't know. Input file is not a supported file format. Okay. I'm assuming that's what I assumed would happen, but hey, Lil Brian. Sorry if I mispronounced that. In terms of advice, you can join our Discord. Here, I might as well. Hold on one sec. So I actually do training. There's a ton of free resources out there, so you can find all these resources yourself. We have a YouTube channel as well. I'll see if I can find some free resources to pin in our Discord. But this is our training. So I might as well plug it. But and we do, it's like, I'll just pull it up. It's like so we do student pricing for like $200 if you're interested. We also have like tiers for individual researchers and then folks who are part of enterprise organizations. But this is kind of the best step-by-step approach that you can get for learning what I'm doing right now, in my opinion, for this kind of research. Obviously, if you don't want to do paid stuff, I really suggest checking out OA Labs. Let me get they also have a Discord that I definitely suggest checking out. So I'll link that. And then, T Nordgaren. Which YouTube are you thinking of? Yeah. Oh yeah, Josh. Stroshine. Yeah, Josh is awesome. I'll link that too. And I think he also has Pluralsight courses too. So kind of similar stuff to what we do. But I'm sure these are super awesome as well. Also, there was John Hammond just did a episode with, so John is awesome too. John does kind of more general stuff. Yeah, Librarian. Yeah, that'd be awesome if you check out the training. Yeah, so the reason I mentioned John is because he just had on this, we just got a Pluralsight course because that's so funny. Google Analytics working in real time. He just had on Anuj. I don't want to mispronounce that, but Anuj is really new to YouTube, I think. Like, I don't know when this started, but he teaches the Sans RE course, and he started uploading these free YouTube videos, and they're like super high quality. So I'll link those too. But I just watched I was watching that John Hammond video this morning, and I watched this Ghidra Beeson video yesterday, and it's all like super good stuff. So, yeah, those are kind of all the things I can think of off the top of my head. Like Practical Reverse Engineering is a really good book. But yeah, John's also awesome. Really accessible stuff. Oh, I almost forgot. And of course, Lori Wired. So, Lori does more mobile focused stuff. But Lori's YouTube video, or Lori's YouTube channel, is also very good. So, and Lori also does live streams a lot. So her stuff is also super high quality. So definitely check this channel out as well. That's kind of all I can think of off the top of my head. The OA Labs, Sergey has a Patreon. That's pretty accessible in terms of pricing. So Sergey does live streams. I think he's doing one tomorrow. But their Patreon is also really good and has a ton of content. So a lot of stuff that's paid, unpaid, whatever, free to get started with. But what's cool about this community right now is like there's a lot of folks that are producing super high quality content, and making it more and more accessible. And I feel like it's growing the community really fast. So like none of this stuff existed when I started. So the fact that it exists now is super cool. Yeah. Sergey was just on earlier. I think he went to eat, so he might be back later. Having said that, I'm probably only going to stream for another 45 minutes because I've been streaming for 3 hours and 15 minutes. I kind of want to keep these to 4 hours. But let's see if we can figure out the shellcode before I'm done. 3 years, it was hard. Yeah, exactly. Even 3 years ago. So the fact that there's all these super awesome creators now is really cool. Like John Hammond just hit 1 million subs on YouTube. And if you asked me if like a hacking YouTube channel would hit 1 million subs like 3 years ago, I would have said there's no way. Like, I don't even know. Anyways, we can continue with this, but yeah, awesome stuff that's coming out. So even at a glance, I can tell this is function resolution stuff. So what we can do, I think I need to install sorry, my firewall is asking me to do stuff. HashDB, which is another project from OA Labs. I'm going to install that. Is there job opportunities once you have the skills? Yeah, there's a ton of job opportunities. Right now, the job, or kind of the industry as a whole, is in a weird place because I think mainly because of interest rates, but also because of like the current, I don't know, there's like a whole bunch of economic factors that affect information security jobs. But at the end of the day, information security is probably in its highest demand ever right now, because of there's so many opportunistic attacks that are occurring. There's so many different companies that are affected. So if it's not like a full-time reverse engineering gig, learning malware analysis in some way, shape, or form is still a really good thing to do, simply because whether you're working in a SOC or doing forensics or doing like any type of security analysis, and you can actually take a malware sample that you recover on site from a client and look at it and see what it's doing, people will look at you like you have like superpowers, just because reverse engineering is kind of one of the more difficult security practices, in my opinion. So there's not a lot of folks who know it. But having said that, there's like not a ton of jobs for doing full-time RE work. I'm fortunate enough to have one of those jobs, but it's going to ebb and flow too. But I've been working professionally for over 10 years. I've been doing full-time RE for like 6 years, and I've never been unemployed during that time. So I don't know if that helps at all. Oh yeah, another thing I was going to link is Ninja Jobs. So this is an awesome website for security jobs. So if you're like curious of the different paths, like let's type in like malware. Oh God, why is it 500 erroring? That's not a great look. That's so weird. If I type in malware 500s, how many different jobs have you gone through during your professional career? I've had, like counting internships, I've had, I think 5. 5, I think. It depends, like, because I did some part-time work during other jobs. Invoke RE is the first time I've actually started my own company. But yeah, around 5. Which, considering I've been working since 2011, and then I was also working part-time before that in school doing security stuff. That's like not a ton. But like if you're interested, I can do like I'll probably upload a YouTube video at some point of my security career as a whole, but I started doing quality assurance for a web app company when I was in college. And then I interned doing penetration testing for Red Hat when I was in college as well, doing web application stuff. And then I started working for SourceFire doing quality assurance / security stuff, who were the creators of Snort. And then after that, SourceFire was acquired by Cisco, and I moved out of quality assurance into a full-time security role where I was doing malware analysis, basically detection engineering before it was called detection engineering, for a sandbox and a endpoint product. And then I moved to my current job, which is like full-time RE work. So kind of a weird path, doing QA first, and I had to teach myself programming along the way. But yeah, fortunately I was able to learn how to do malware reverse engineering because I was doing quality assurance initially for an AV / EDR product. And then after that, I was able to do detection engineering for the EDR and sandbox product that I was working on. So I learned RE that way. But if you can do development first, like get a really good understanding of development and get a really good foundation in computer science, I would suggest it, just because there's a lot of concepts that you need to know to be like an effective reverse engineer. And if you can understand low-level programming languages too, like C and C++, that's huge. There's also other reverse engineering of like file types, like scripting languages that you don't need low-level programming experience. But so yeah, on Ninja jobs, when it is working, C reverse maybe. I don't know why this isn't working. But like there's usually some. But yeah, there's like a ton of security jobs. So even if you can know a little bit of, and their website's really broken right now. Even if you know a little bit of RE for like any of these types of jobs, whether it be incident response or a SOC analyst or what have you, it's a big positive. But yeah, Sonia, hopefully that ebbs and flows and that changes. Even like security engineering. So if you're building security products, it's good to know stuff about malware. So, all right. Oh yeah, T Nordgaren. Sorry, I keep butchering your name. But yeah, hopefully we can make some headway with Rust because it's really hard. But like this is way easier, even though it looks kind of crazy. But this is just 64-bit shellcode. So Nord. Okay, yeah, I'll call you Nord. All right, so the reason I was installing HashDB is because I think the HashDB plugin. Oh yeah, so by the way, this manage plugins. So this HashDB plugin is also written by Cindy. So yeah, Cindy. So but this is an OA Labs project, so it's all kind of, all these things are very intertwined because we all work on projects together, so which is actually really cool. Okay, so I suspect this is a hash, so I'm gonna search it. Okay, so it's this hashing algorithm from BRC4, which is kind of interesting. I'm gonna look up this hash again, and then we're gonna import all the NTDLL hashes. And okay, so this is RT allocate heap. Okay, and this is getting a, so if we change this, so this is an MZ header here, or is checking for an MZ header, and then this is getting the offset to the PE header, and then returning that. So MW get, and then for some reason the arguments weren't recovered for this jump, but RT, apparently this hash is called ECX R8 or R9. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's okay. No, it's because the nested call. Okay, so and then this is probably resolving that. So let's just assume this is RT allocate heap. RTL allocate heap. And then, okay, I think this is just mapping the PE because it's calling RTL allocate heap, and then it's getting the, probably the size. I don't know why there's multiple return values. Whatever. And then this is and then I don't know what this integer is, but the second argument is the function hash, and then the third is the offset to RDX. So this is the peb, right? What's the peb plus 18? I can't remember the offsets from well, I just need to look this up. Oh yeah, rest in peace, Jeff Chappelle. Jeff passed away recently. Glad peb loader data. Glad the site's still up. Is this not a variable? I'm hitting T. RAX. Okay, so pep loader data. Oh, I think that's probably used for the heap allocation. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. I don't know why I can't change the types right now. Oh, is it because no types are loaded because it's shellcode? Add type library. I don't know what they're called. User types. How do I load this? How do I make Binja do this? I don't know if I can get it to load external types. Whatever, we don't really need them, I guess. I just want to mark it up nicely, but all right, let's see what other hashes this is resolving. I keep getting distracted. Okay, so I'm just gonna explain what's happening here because it's pretty awesome. So so we're using hashdb to resolve these function hashes, and then so okay, sorry. So what I did was I right clicked. I did hashdb hunt, and then it identified the current hashing algorithm that's used by this shellcode, and then you can get hashdb to just download. Yeah. Hey, Sergey. All the hashes associated with that particular hashing algorithm for NTDLL. And then I'm using that to resolve these hashes. So it makes everything like super fast. Okay, I don't think that's a hash. Is it a string? Okay, so I think this is just doing the mapping because we have load get procedure address, get DLL handle, get proc address, load library. But let's mark these up. And I bet this is the syscall handler. Man, you'll see in the recording. I literally pitched, or I plugged like all your stuff, including the Patreon. I need to get all these emojis. How do I make custom ones for my channel or whatever? I'm such a Twitch noob. Oh, okay, I need to hit like the partner tier or whatever. I saw like a counter for that. Oh no, I think this is not just mapping stuff because it's getting exit user thread. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is, hey Sergey, so this is the standalone executable that I identified with unpack.me using that YAR rule from last stream, and it's doing direct syscalls, which is kind of cool. And the peb, so in assembly line, the peb is, sorry, hold on. Where's the, oh, here we go. Yeah, the peb says it's really tiny. User administrator desktop syscall x64.pdb. Actually, I wonder if that's, oh my god, I can't copy the label. Copy to clipboard. Oh, I thought it might have been like a GitHub project or something. But if I recall, we actually have a bug. I could try it. I don't think my unpack.me is logged in here. Yeah, I think. Okay, I don't really want to open my password manager on stream, so yeah, it is. Here, I'll get you the hash and then you can submit it to unpack.me. Is that okay? I just really don't want to dox my stuff. Okay, so this is the hash if you want to try it, or if you want to search your the past unpack.me stuff. But yeah, if since we're on the subject, unpack.me has a free researcher tier or a public tier, whatever. No, the researcher tier is that, but ooh, cool. I didn't know you added this boosted thing. I'm totally buying this. But yeah, so you can submit. Ooh, and you guys changed everything since the last time I looked. Okay, so you can submit. No, okay, so non-commercial use is free. Okay, cool. So yeah, so check out unpack.me because you can submit binaries that they'll unpack for you automatically, and they also have a YAR search interface that you get 10 YAR hunts for free, and then you can also use their search query interface and 25 downloads per month, which is like really good for nothing. So except for this one. Maybe it's because it's the syscalls. Maybe it's from what I'm reversing right now. Maybe I'll have to review this video later. Oh, okay, you know why already. Is this CRC? What is this? I suspect this is doing the call. So we have yeah, this is some syscall shit. Because it's looking at the preamble, I think. Cool. I should probably reverse this like whole thing to figure out the exact logic, but I think this is just doing a direct syscall for this function. Okay. Here I changed it again because there's more Game of Thrones music. Cool, and then there's like derivatives of this, I think, maybe. Oh no, never mind, because this is calling the same function. Okay, let me finish marking these up. arg1. Oh, wow, we should save this database. But there's no actual call in here, right? Return function address. So let's just say that this is this. I keep getting distracted by the little hash browns dancing in my peripherals. Who's that? Who's the purple guy? I don't recognize him. Oh, okay. Okay, I think this is just all mapping code. So I think I'm gonna keep going. Industrial society and its future. I don't know what you're talking about. Ooh, nice. Okay, things are taking shape here. Tail call. Okay, these aren't working. Okay, let's see if there's any hashes we missed. So I know the new Sidekick plugin has like structure suggestion stuff, which I kind of want to mess around with, but I didn't sign up for Sidekick before this. But these are definitely custom structures. Well, I don't know definitively, but I suspect they're custom structures. But what I want to know is, okay, it must be in here. I was like, oh, what I want to know is where the final Qakbot DLL is. So what I might do, because if there was like an external reference to this block, that'd be really nice, but there isn't. Yeah, like I think this is encoded data. We could let it unpack dynamically, but I kind of wanted to solve it statically. But if I don't know, debug and add memory point. Yeah, I might just do that. And then I might call it after that. Sergey, what's your longest stream? 10 hours? Holy. Man, I'm doing like wussy numbers. So this is actually shellcode. So it's not in the in this database anywhere. Or well, sorry, I don't know. Yeah. And I don't really want to do this with IDA because I've already marked up this database so much. Okay, so well, maybe I'll I feel like this is all mapping code that I've been able to resolve. Shellcode. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I think it might be runtime offsets or like runtime calculated offsets that I haven't found yet. Yeah, binge is the same. Okay, let me. I'm just gonna see if there's any functions that were identified that I haven't marked up yet that I can kind of figure out. Okay, these are all those jump ones. Yeah. What would they be using self calls for? Maybe I don't know what you mean. What's GS hex 100? Windows. Microsoft Windows. What? Am I doing that right? What's the... Like, this is the peb. GSB. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. No, I understand what you meant, though. Yeah. GS segment register. GS... Yeah, I did it right. GS segment. I don't know what this is. Maybe Ida will know that one, but okay, we need some other music because I'm gonna fall asleep. I don't know what this is doing. It's probably important though. Is this your like hardstyle playlist? I might go grab a drink actually. Yeah, I'm not playing this. I was like, sweet. And I put it on the other window. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I might grab a beverage. And then I'm going to finish looking at all these functions that Binge identified. And then I'll probably see if we can analyze them. Oh, do you think? Oh, never mind. I was just interested by those intrinsics. But yeah, I'm going to take a bathroom break. What do you keep sending me? I'm just going to check this before I do that. Yeah, see that? The boy who lifted. Crank that funk. Okay, hold on, I'm trying to play it. I just lost it. Is this an actual song or is it just the... Oh yeah, it is. Okay, say it. How long is this? It's only like 52 seconds. Whatever, I'll play it anyways. If I could get this... Alright, I'll be right back. Yo. Breaking Bad Berlin. Reject modernity. What are you? Hold on, I'm going to play some of these. All right, let's get this done because I'm going to probably bounce in like 30 minutes because my family just invited me over for dinner and I'm always down for free food. Is it really loud? It's fine. All right. Let's this might be I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna mark it though. Yeah, I need to figure out what these custom structures are. But this is more PE parsing. So basically, if I can't figure out what a certain function is doing, I'll just kind of give it a name of something general, just so I know that I've visited it before, especially in shellcode. I'm just going to keep going down this list linearly. So I'm just basically trying to look at all the functions that Binary Ninja identified in order to see if there's anything useful. Are these calls? No. But the nice thing about the high-level IL is it does reduce the amount of... is this base 64? Yeah, I want to create a struct automatically, but I think I need their new plugin, which I don't have. Like I'm so used to the IDA way, which I can just like derive a structure, but I might be wrong. Man, I'm such a noob. I just want to edit the struct layout. Just look at the docs. Oops. Oh, it's in the types view. Function too complex to display local variables. Oh, yeah, this is the, okay. This is the local variables view. Okay, sorry. There we go. Yeah, I don't think I can do it automatically. I'll have to figure out how to do that. All right, this is getting pretty boring, so maybe I'll just move on to doing this dynamically. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Oh, these are calls to... Can I just flatten this? I think this is all part of the same code. I think this is all related to the syscall shit. They're jumping to stack offsets. This binge all load types. No. That's what I was trying to figure out too. It's really annoying. Because I wanted to add the P headers. Like basically it'll parse the imports and then load the type libraries associated with those imports. So like I want to force load like kernel or like ntdll so I can get those structures. Maybe I can yeah, they do have type libraries. So like for example, if I go to the second stage DLL, then it's loaded all the types for these libraries. So like platform, Windows, and then kernel 32, system types, etc. So if we go to like optional header, then this has all of like image optional header and stuff. But like I don't know how to make this type. Maybe I can. Leyland says to make a struct. All right. All right. Yeah. Tell Leyland to join. So I'm trying to keep an eye on my. Oh, Leyland, we shall communicate back to him through. All right. So if I go to Yeah. Is Leyland a ghost and you're a medium? This is all super interesting though. This is definitely the coolest shellcode I've looked at for a while. Okay, let me get back to one of those struct thingies. Okay, I can't log in. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so add. Like I can't load an arbitrary structure or type library. How do I load an arbitrary type library? ChatGPT is not going to know. I think this is like 4.0 stuff. Like I think they just added, like they just revamped this whole type libraries. But like, why can't I? Like I'm pretty sure I can export this from the other project. But yeah, if I hit S, then it just gives me the standard structure creation menu to make a custom structure, but I don't want to do that. And then this isn't like very helpful because I think these are old docs. Smart structures. Feature enables automatic structure of creation and its members from the disassembly IL view using the S hotkey. Creates a type in the types view. It simplifies. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. In the linear, if the selection is a variable that is not a structure, as you create a structure, you specify the name and size. But I want it to create the size for me. All right, let's try this. Okay. But this is a standard structure, so I don't want to use that. So let's use this is also PE related. Yeah, like this shit. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so yeah, so I think it's working, but I just had to manually select fields to add to these custom structures. I was just trying to create, well, okay, I was trying to do two separate things. I was trying to create custom structures kind of using the same, or a similar technique to how we did in IDA, where it'll create a custom size and stuff. And then after that, I was just trying to load the standard type library for like the PEB, for example, in this instance, or the MZ header or the optional header. So that's it. So yeah, maybe I'm going to do more homework and figure out how to load predefined type libraries for given, because I know it's possible. So it's just like a limitation of my knowledge of Binja. So instead of you guys watching me struggle through this, let's just unpack this by hand, and then we'll end the stream there. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but I think their types are like, their type system is different than IDA. Because like I want all of the dependent headers to also be imported, right? I don't want just the, like I want to basically import this type library that's defined here from ChatGPT. Yeah, like the default headers from a compiler, yeah. But like these are the standard Windows type libraries that like I think when you open a binary, Binja literally downloads the type libraries directly from the Windows symbol server, from what I understand. Yeah, that's totally why. Okay, I'm gonna do what Sergey said. I think EJ does. Yeah, I think they like. I think they just want to avoid potential like shipping the headers might be weird with Microsoft. So the default headers. Okay, so types view. I don't see a plus button. So yeah, so I'm like literally clicking on add type library, but there just isn't one here. And then I search for kernel 32 and stuff, and there's just nothing loaded. So yeah. Yeah, but ChatGPT didn't work. I literally think what we're talking about is a new feature, but I could be wrong. Cindy would know, but all right. So let's unpack this manually, shall we? And then I'll bounce. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's always what happens. I literally stopped using ChatGPT because it would just make things up, and then I would spend more time trying to figure out what it made up, and then it was horrible. So I'm just restoring a snapshot. And then I'm just going to copy over the sample. And I'm just doing it in the other window because I don't want to disclose anything I shouldn't. Johnny Bravo? That's amazing. Hey, mama. What does he say? I can't remember. I think that's it. Okay, wait. This doesn't have any exports, right? Cool. Yeah, so it's just doing the DLL entry point. I think this is a DLL. Why can't I find die on here? Yeah, it's a DLL. All right. Oh no, was it 64-bit? Yeah, 64-bit. What am I doing? Man, why does Windows search suck so much? Oops. But like I always search using the interface on this VM and it usually works. I don't know what's going on. This is probably it, right? The shellcode entry point. Okay, wait, let me take a snapshot actually because I don't want to redo all this setup. Oh, actually, do you know what I was going to play for stream music? This stuff is kind of niche. Hold on. The state of, I don't know if you guys like trance, but ASOT for 2023, like the summary was really sick. Yeah, that's better. Turning sound is sick, but it's kind of wait, a snapshot. I forgot to do that. Kali machines, yeah. All right, snapshot taken. Do you think it's that stack address? Is this a shellcode? I can't remember. Oops, that's the whole hash. Maybe my clipboard is not hooked up. I can't remember. Is that it? Is it going? What's happening? Does that not exist? All right, so all I'm doing right now is just stepping through this to see what it's doing. I think this is our shellcode allocated in a memory space. So yeah. So since it's using syscalls, I don't know how easy it'll be to set like breakpoints. It was calling int allocate virtual memory though, but I think it's doing the syscalls. So maybe I can, you're trying to dump process memory. Yeah, but I like doing everything controlled, and then understanding like exactly what happens, and then understanding like where I am in the execution flow of the binary, if that makes sense. So I kind of try and do like calculated guesses when I'm doing dynamic analysis, and then ending up with the final result, if that makes sense. Dude, what I'm gonna do, I wanted the entry point, because what I might do is dump this, but then we're not gonna have the markups that I did already. I should have done this first. It having syscalls makes things complicated. I think I can search for the syscall functions though, and then set breakpoints on them. What is this? So dumb. So Sergey just sent. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll just look for the mapping function. That's probably the best thing to do. Copy. Man, how nice is that? How nice is this hex view compared to IDA? Wasn't this like a rant? I think it was Mishap was making on Twitter. Okay, and then okay. So just so I'm explaining what I'm doing as I do it. So if you remember that I removed those null bytes at the beginning of the shellcode section when I dumped this because I wanted to get rid of them in my Binary Ninja database. I think this memory allocation, oh, maybe it is aligned. Hold on. That'll make stuff way easier if I can just rebase this. Like, what are these bytes? 4883 E4 F0. Oh, cool. Okay. It is aligned. Okay, that'll make this a million times easier. So, so basically I'm just going to rebase my shellcode to this one, to this address, if that makes sense. I literally wrote this down because I can't remember. But let's see if I can find it. Rebase. Here we go. Analyze rebase. All right, so let's see if this is actually the case. 27554. Yeah, sweet. Okay. Now let's go to our mapping function, or what I think is a mapping function. Sorry, Nord, I know you said something. I'm going to read in 2 seconds. I just wanted to do this first. I'm actually going to snapshot this because I don't want to rebase this every time if I miss it. If I miss the unpacking. Okay, well that snapshot is taking. I can read what you said. Yeah, I just use a dump for my static analysis, as it can be quite clever. The tool I made will also dump all the modules and memory regions, so you can see the document heap allocations. Oh, so you can see and document heap allocations. You can even breakpoint, add a point, and dump it. Add the registers. Cool, this sounds awesome. Is this open source, or is it just like your custom tool that you don't want to share with people? And let's see what Sergey said. Yeah, it sounds awesome, Nord. Sergey, I don't understand your meme. Oh, sick. Okay. Memory mirror. I'll put this in the notes. Wait, let me get your real username. Cool, thanks for sharing. I will look at that. Oh yeah, okay, I see. Whatever, I'll do these markups later to make it real markdown links. What else do we learn today that I need to add there? I'm gonna upload the code, so that's fine. I think we're good. Okay. Let's see if this hits. Okay. And then I bet we have a unpacked PE somewhere. What's this one? RDX. This is the hash resolution stuff. We don't need this yet. Do you guys think it's bad that I've had like 4 espresso shots today? What does loader get DL handle do? Oh, what's the fast way to do this? I wonder if this is the call. All right, maybe fun to see one of these syscalls run. Yeah, so I think it's copying the first few bytes. Or no, it's looking for certain instructions, I think. See how it's incrementing RCX, and then if we go to, like, I think this is the whole function preamble. Maybe? Whatever. Maybe this is going to take longer than I thought. I might just go to the end of this because I think this is all just mapping stuff. Actually, what I will do because if this is the mapping function, there's probably a P. I think it's just /pid. All right, let's let it rip. Okay, so I'm going to let it run to this function before the return. Yeah, that was the execution function, I think. I think it's running now. I think I missed the execution, but and it might be injected somewhere. But all right, so this is unpacked, but I used Hollis Hunter to dump it when it was running in memory. So I'll need to figure out a better way to do this, if that makes sense. But it has to do with after this is mapped. I wanted to catch it before it was mapped in memory, but I think that might be too difficult for today just because of the syscalls. So maybe this is something I'm gonna do the type library homework, but I think this is calling the final P. That's what I need to figure out too, is if they're direct or indirect. I think they're copying over the syscall bytes from, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're copying over the syscall bytes from the intended function they want to execute, and then they call that. If they're indirect, then it is simple to breakpoint them. So what do you mean by indirect syscalls? Like, do they go through some syscall dispatcher, not dispatcher, but like setup function? Is that what you mean? Because it looked like to me, these syscall functions were, these functions were setting up the syscalls. They jump to the syscall. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, it's. I think they're copying over the syscall bytes. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. But yeah, I think I gotta go because my family's waiting for me for dinner. But yeah, thanks for joining. It was super awesome. I'll just plug some stuff. I'm going to upload all these notes and code. I'll I'll just kill the music there. And yeah, I'm going to upload all this notes and our static unpacker. Obviously it doesn't work on this one, but once we can figure out their unpacking algorithm, we might still be able to modify our static unpacker for this particular binary. Hopefully. This final binary doesn't look like the other Qakbot binary, so this might not even be Qakbot, and it was just another sample that was being unpacked by the same type of packer. So yeah, a lot of unknowns that we can answer next stream. I'll probably do it not this next Saturday, but the Saturday after. I know they're kind of spaced out, but I have some commitments next weekend. But yeah, we'll go from there. Hopefully I can stream more in the future, but yeah, I really appreciate you all joining. So yeah, I'm just gonna plug our stuff real quick. So for those of you who do not know, I started a company called Invoke RE, and I'll put the link in the chat here. We do on-demand malware analysis training, and yeah, you can check it out. Check it out here. We just redid our pricing. We had some introductory pricing, which was like $199, but if you're a student, you can still get the introductory price. We just ask that you reach out to us directly. And then if you're an individual security researcher, you can, all of these prices are accessible. Like you just click on it, and then it'll give you the price. And then we just have like an enterprise tier that will give you access to all of like the reverse engineering databases that I produce on stream. So all of the ones that I was just marking up, if you have the enterprise tier, then you can get access to those. So yeah, and if you just want to check out the course, if I scroll down here, there's a bunch of free modules. The first module, second module, and sorry, not the second, the first, the third, and the fourth are all free. So if you just want to check out the content, then yeah, that's available too. So, but yeah, thanks again for joining, and I'll see you all next time. And you can join our Discord through registering and then clicking on this join Discord button here. That's probably the most direct way. All right, thanks a lot for the support, and I'll talk to you all later.